Heyo, welcome back. Today we're working on the JumpShipJam again, on my new good game made in Godot, even though I've never made a game in Godot before. This game is going to be called Dueling 5s, and it's going to be a side-scrolling fighting game. Once we figure out how the heck Godot works. So I'm going to install this Kenny Assets platformer pack, because I love Kenny and what he does is amazing, and I think it'll be a good way to learn. Here we go. Sick. Okay. That was really fast. Godot is really fast compared to Unity, coming from Unity. Sick. I feel good about this. I want to play it first, and then we'll look through the assets. Did it open a window for it? That's cool. God, I like Godot so far. Look around with your mouse controls. That's cool. This is so cute, Kenny. Really cool stuff, dude. This is sick. I love it. Let's not spend too much time here, but I do want to get up. Oh, you get the double jump. Lit. Super cool, Kenny. Big fan. Exactly as advertised. Alright, so let's figure out how the heck this thing works, so we can figure out how the heck my thing is gonna work. So we know we got nodes. Main node, that's everything, I guess. And I naturally can rotate everything. Sick. Environment. This looks like it's probably a script or something. Type world environment. Main environment.tres. Texture resolution, maybe. Camera attributes. Process editor. Script empty. Maybe it doesn't do anything. Does the game play without it? No. It's the skybox. I see. Skybox texture. Custom color. Very cool. Makes sense. And we got our player. Nice little particle follows. Cute. I'm really liking this so far. View. What's this, the camera? Oh, it's the pivot for the camera, I think. Because the camera's probably out here, right? Yeah, okay. So when you rotate the right mouse, left mouse, it moves. Rotates the camera around this pivot. Sick. World. It's a node full of stuff. This is all super straightforward. Thank you, Kenny. So, okay, a platform node. It's got a texture. I don't know if it's linked over here in the inspector, maybe? platform. I don't understand where the platform lives. Oh, it has children. Okay, so the platform's it's a nested node thing. How do I get back? Okay, so platform looked like one node. Can I expand? No. So it looks like you can't view children nodes in the main environment, which is interesting. I'm just kind of talking out loud while I learn. Open script, toggle visibility, open an editor, node editor, scene editor, I guess. Okay. So, platform following is a node. This is a mesh. Okay. We can do this. So we have first the mesh 3D, then the static body 3D, that's a rigid body basically, then the collision 3D, then we have an area 3D, I don't know what that is, but we'll come back to that, and then another collision shape 3D. So that's the platform, and then this is the box. Wonder why they're different. This one's a polygon shape 3D, this one's a box shape 3D. Probably has a script on it, right? Yeah, here it is. Script. Platform following GD. Function process. Scale equals scale.lerp between 1 and delta times 10. I don't understand that. GD script scale.lerp. Understand why that works. Why? Increase the gravity to make it fall. That's cool. So pos y gravity times delta. Pos y q free remove. What is q free? Whoa, that's cool. Q is a node for deletion at the end of the current frame. When deleted, all child nodes will be deleted as well. All the references to the node and its children will become invalid. See object.free. It is safe to call qfree multiple times per frame on a node, and object-free a node is currently created. Node will only be freed after all other deferred calls, so using qfree is not always the same. You can always use free. Remove child node. Remove the child node. Deleted. Remove group. Reparent node. Okay. But I still don't understand this. I know what lerp is. But why does that? Because delta is just going to be a really small number. Oh. Is it not start at scale 1? Where's the script? Object. Who has the script? Platform falling? Let's see. Objects. Platform checking the initial scale. Alright. If we can. It starts at 1, so why would we LARP it between 1 and 1? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm trying to understand that. Does it even? It does do a little scale thing when you touch it. It gets bigger. Oh, here it is. Scale equals scale dot lerp to 1. And that's the speed at which we're lerping. Back to 1. I see. Interesting. I don't really understand, but I kind of understand now. On body entered, that would be static body. And what does the player have? I'm curious. Character. What kind of body do you have? Character. Mesh instance, mesh instance, mesh instance. Where's your... Here it is. Collider. It was very interesting, I will say that. Okay, so these players. Why can't I click in the scene? That's annoying. I have to use the hierarchy. I can't just select something. Really? Why? What do these do? Select mode. Aha! It's Q. Q turns select mode on. What was the other one? Move. I see. You can't click if you're on move. That's actually better. That's actually way better. I just didn't know how it worked. But now that I know you have to turn on select, it's way better. Sick. Oh, that's so much cooler. Godot's better than Unity in a lot of ways. Oh, it's because you can just click anywhere now to scale. Oh, that's so nice. Fuck yeah. Lock, Control L. Show a list of nodes. Group select nodes. Use local space. Use snap. What does the coin do? That's a script, right? What's this? One connection. What's that? Whoa. Node signals. I'm gonna need a video on this.
benchmark, go to testing C# and GD scripts. And my recommendation, mix them and use them where they suit the best. As a bonus, I threw Unity into the race, and Godot leave Unity in the dust in the A-star test. I won't go into the details here, but feel free to pause the video. So subscribe. That's all for today's video.
Creating your own
I think I'm just gonna
platformer
watch this
game
whole
with
tutorial,
Godot
probably.
4.0. Omar Zaki created this course. This beginner-friendly course is perfect for those who are new to game development and want to learn the ins and outs of the Godot game engine. Throughout the course, you'll learn everything from setting up your first 2D scene and animating the player, to designing enemies, incorporating UI elements, and implementing game-saving features. By the end of this adventure, you'll have a solid foundation in Godot 4.0 and the skills to create your very own captivating platformer game.
Welcome everyone to this course. In this course, you'll be learning a variety of different topics, including animating a player, parallax background. We're going to be going through saving and loading. We're going to also be able to create a very simple but nice AI mob that's going to have nice control on it. And then lastly, we're going to have collectibles. And as a bonus, which actually is a bonus in the beginning, we'll be going through tile maps and how to set up a tile set. In our animated player, we'll be going through a few different topics. So we'll have animated sprite, we'll have an animation player, and we'll be going through physics, simple physics. In the parallax background, we will be doing parallax mirroring, and we'll be discussing how to actually properly do that. In the saving and loading, we are going to be using a very nice Godot built-in function, which is going to allow us to access files, and then through that, we're going to be also creating JSON files with it through dictionaries. So we're going to be discussing dictionaries as well as how to convert that into a JSON file. And for the simple mob AI, we're going to be going through Area 2D. This is a very powerful tool in Godot that I would very much suggest you learn very quickly. It's very, very useful for a variety of different things, as you will see as we kind of go along in the course. And lastly, collectibles. We're going to be going through timers, which is just a simple timer. And then lastly, we have Tween. Tween is a very simple way to animate things in Godot, and I'll be going through a few ways to do that, and it'll be very fun. So stay tuned for that, and it'll be really exciting. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is obviously actually download your or actual. I'm going to put this in platformer game. And as you can see, now what are these? So forward is essentially for 3D graphics. You can read it. It's basically just for 3D. If you're doing a 3D game, you do forward plus. If you're doing a 2D game, you would do mobile. Now it's not only for mobile because it does support desktop, but it is basically just for 2D. Now compatibility, I believe, is still in kind of beta testing, and it has a few bugs, and it's basically for 2D as well. So I would suggest we're just going to be using mobile. At the time of this video, if none of these are available, if they change a little bit, just look for the one that's more suited for 2D. But obviously this is just the renderer, so we're not going to worry too much about it. And for the version control, you can just go click none, and that's it. So now let's create an edit, and it's going to create our project. Here we go, and we're left with a complete blank slate. And as you can see, our screen is completely blank. Let me explain. Let's go through a few things. So on the top, we have 2D and 3D. So as you can see, when I click the 3D, it shows us kind of a 3D plane, and we have 3 planes, right? So we have the blue, red, and green, and that just signifies that we're in a 3D plane. And if we go to 2D, well, everything kind of becomes 2D. So we also have script. We don't have any scripts yet, so they're completely empty. We have asset library. That's essentially the library that you guys saw before. This is things that it's basically a public repository. It's very useful, but in the moment, we're not going to use it. Okay. Next up is the actual scene. So let's get started with our actual scene. So in order to actually run something, we need a scene. What is it? What is a scene, you might ask? Well, a scene is essentially something that we save in our project. So on the left here, we can see that there's a bunch of nodes and things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click 2D scene. We're going to rename this by double clicking. We're going to type main. We're going to click Control S, and we're going to save it into our main folder. So this is our main folder, which is res dot / whatever. And there we go. We now have our main scene. Now we can go to the top right. You see a run project or F5. We can click that, and we're going to select current. And this will just run our project into main. And so now we've run our left here. We can see that there's a bunch of nodes and things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click 2D scene. We're going to rename this by double clicking. We're going to type main. we're going to click Control S, and we're going to save it into our main folder. So this is our main folder, which is res dot / whatever. And there we go. We now have our main scene. Now we can go to the top right. You see a run project or F5. We can click that, and we're going to select current. Go to this is our main folder, which is res dot / whatever. And there we go. We now have our main scene. Now we can go to the top right. You see a run project or F5. We can click that, and we're going to select current. And this will just run our project into main. And so now we've run our first project in Godot. Awesome. Next up is going to actually be adding things to that scene. So what do we want to do? Well, first of all, we have to plan what we actually want to do, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually create a menu screen. So to do that, we're going to add buttons. And when we go into the top left, we have a plus button. What is this? This is an add child node. So Godot works in nodes. If you don't know what nodes are, they are basically just objects essentially that we can add to our scene and edit things really easily. So on the top here is a 2D node. A 2D node is something that just holds a position and it allows us to have a 2D thing on our screen. So next up, we're going to just add to this node. What we're going to add is we're going to add buttons. So that will be under the control section. If we go to a canvas item, you'll see that we have two things. We have control node and control. So this is going to have most of the stuff that we're going to be using. So we have a bunch of cool things that you can look through. We have animated. If we go to a canvas item, you'll see that we have two things. We have control node and control. So this is going to have most of the stuff that we're going to be using. So we have a bunch of cool things that you can look through. We have animated sprite, audio listener, back buffer, bone. We don't have to worry about these ones. CPU particle, that's for particles. Those are very complicated, so we're not going to worry about them too much. We have camera 2D and a bunch of other really cool things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find our button that we want to add. And if you can't find it, like I can't find it right now, we're just going to search it up. So we search a button and we have a few different options. So the first thing is to look through them. So we have button, check button, color picker button, menu button, option button, link button, and texture button. And of course, my kind of favorite, touchscreen button. So this is really good for mobile, so we're not going to touch this. And next up is our button. This is one of my defaults, and now we also have texture button. Texture button is usually used essentially for something. Let's say you've created a texture of a button outside of Godot. Like you have a UI expert who has created a button for you, and you want to use that in your Godot project. This is the node that you would use. But for us in this project, we are going to be using a standard theme button or a button. So let's create this, let's add it, and if we zoom in a little bit, we can see our button and kind of just make it a little bigger. And zoom back out, and we can kind of drag it to the middle. And now what we can do is add text to it on the right. So on the right, we can see that there is text, and we can just add to it. And we can now see that we can add text and we can add play. So let's add two buttons. So to duplicate it, what we can just do is Control D, or you can just right click and Control duplicate. So this one will be the play button. So let's see, rename that to play. This will be our quit button. So we're going to rename this to quit. And right here, we're just going to drag this down. We're going to type the text as quit on the right, so you can see the text has changed to quit. And if I zoom in, I should be able to see both of them now. So the first thing we're going to do is add a script to the main. So to add a script, as on the top left above me, you should be able to see it. Attach a new script. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at these. So we have templates, and essentially what we want to do is just add the template node default. This is going to basically add a completely new script that has nothing on it. To new script. To add a script, as on the top left above me, you should be able to see it. Attach a new script. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at these. So we have templates, and essentially what we want to do is just add the template node default. This is going to basically add a completely new script that has nothing on it. The language at the moment, we only have GDScript. If you want more languages, I'm pretty sure you have to export that or import that into Godot, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to be using GDScript. And the path that we wanted, you can change that here if you have more folders, or we don't have any folders yet, so we're just going to save it in main. Let's create it, and now we're going to save. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to delete these. We don't need any of those functions. So now all we need is extend node 2D. So let's go to our quit button. And what we'll do is we'll go to the scene and click our quit button. And on the left, or on the right, sorry, we have inspector, node, and history. So inspector essentially allows us to change all the settings of the actual button and how it looks, all those things. So we have layout, we have transform. We're able to change the transform, the size, position,
this guy is
scale,
gorgeous right now.
Rotation. We can rotate it around.
Give me some of that. God damn. Woo! The sky looks gorgeous right now. I'm actually gonna have to take a break and go look at it for a minute. I'll be back. BRB. I returned. Sorry for the little delay if for some reason you're watching the VOD. I just saw the most remarkable sunset. And I think you'd agree. I mean, look at this. It's good stuff. Trying to open my chat. There we go. Hoifin. Hey there, welcome to the stream. We're just working on the, I saw this beautiful sunset, and now I'm gonna get back to working on the JumpShipJam.
I would
Watching this
definitely recommend if you
tutorial.
don't understanding this, definitely play around with it. It's really cool to kind of just play around with things and see how it works. We have tooltip. This is actually kind of cool. If you hover it, it'll perfectly explain it. It's essentially when I hover it, it'll give me something. So let's type in, this is the quit button. Now, if I play this and I hover it, it'll give me a tooltip. It'll say what this is. This is the quit button. So we don't want that in our game, so we're just going to remove that. But it is very useful for other various things, right? We have focus, a bunch of other things that you might not understand, but that's
It's all
okay.
super
So
helpful.
for now, just kind of play around with things that you might understand, and let's move on. So the next thing we're going to do is go to Node, and now in here we have signals and groups. So groups we're not going to use. However, there are good videos on it. I would definitely recommend learning it. It is a very powerful tool in Godot. So aside from that, we have signals. That's what we're going to be focusing on and using. So signals are essentially, when I click the button, I want something to happen. If I want something to happen, I have to send a signal. So I have to send the signal. We have signals. That's what we're going to be focusing on and using. So signals are essentially, when I click the button, I want something to happen. If I want something to happen, I have to send a signal. So I have to send the signal from this button to the script. So how do I do that? Well, I do that here. So how do I actually do that though in here? So what I can do is I basically look through all these signals and look for something. So this will tell me, this will send a signal when the button is pressed. This will send a signal when the button goes down. This will send me a signal when the button goes up, etc. So there's a bunch of different things that are in here that are very useful. So the first thing we're going to do, or we want, is pressed. So we want to check if the button is pressed. To do that, all we do is double click it. We double click pressed. This will pop up, and now we can just connect it to our main script. So we don't have to change anything. We just press connect, and now in here we now have a function that goes from quit to script. So in here, what we'll do is we'll actually program the quit function. So to do that, we're going to say get tree dot quit, and now all we have to do is play and test it. Awesome. We now have a quit button. Program the quit function. So to do that, we don't have to change anything. We just press this will pop up, and now we can just connect it to our
Press main
script. So we just
script. Okay, quit is adding a pressed signal connecting to main
we don't have to change
script.
anything. We just press connect, and
And
now in
it
here
opens
we
this
now
on
have
quit
a
press.
function that goes from quit to script. So in here, what we'll do,
Okay, that's cool. Let's do it. Pressed main connect on quit press. Easy.
is we'll actually program the quit function. So to do that, we're just going to say get tree dot quit, and now all we have to do is play and test it. Awesome. We now have a quit button that works. So every time I play and I click the quit button, it will now quit our game. So that is how we create a super simple quit. Just play and test it. Awesome. We now
Sick. Let's try ours. I like Godot so far. Sick. How you doing? Let me know in the chat. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
have a quit button that works. So every time I play and I click the quit button, it will now quit our game. So that is how we create a super simple quit button. All we have to do is get tree. This will essentially get the entire tree and then quit. So actually explain that a little bit better. So when we play our game, we have on the left, we have remote or local and remote. The local are the things that I'm locally changing. I'm changing in here, right? When I play the game, remote is like the actual thing that is happening in the game, right? So here's our main function that we have, and if I have something else, it'll also be in here. So root is the root of the entire game that I have. Now above this, what it doesn't show is tree. It's not really above it, but it's more so everything. So this entire thing is tree. So what we're doing in our script is we're getting the tree and this entire thing, and then we're gonna quit, right? So that's how we essentially quit the game. Awesome. Next up is play. We want to actually have a play button. So to do that, we're going to have to create another scene. So here on the left, right next to my head, you should be able to see main.scene. Now we want another scene that will be our world. So this is going to be our world. So we're going to save it as world. We're going to
How did he make a new scene already? New scene. 2D scene, world. Right. So what did it?
we want another scene that will be our world. So this is going to be our world. So we're going to save it as world. We're going to save it. We're going to save it here. And now next to my head, you should be able to see world. So we're going to basically take our play. We're going to connect it to our main, and we're going to go to world. Now I want you to try connecting the signal into your main function and pause it.
So fast.
And now next to my head, you should be able to see world. So we're going to basically take our play. We're going to connect it to our main, and we're going to go to world. Now I want you to try.
Take our play, connect it to our main, and go to world. Wait, what? Here you say world TDI. Say world TCI.
Connecting the signal into your main function. And
So we're gonna press connect, get tree, but instead of quit, we're going to I don't know.
pause the video. So pause the video, try this. Let's go to the node signal pressed, and let's
Yeah.
connect it to our main. So in here, we now have our play press button.
I don't know
or
if you use
function,
script.
or signal, sorry. Now, what do we want to do? We want to change the scene. So how do we do that? Well, there's a function where we can just say get tree. We'll say get tree, and then we will say change scene to file or to packed. Now there's two different options. Which one are we going to do?
How
We're
is
going to do
that
to
possible?
file. To packed is something different that we don't usually use. So we're going to do to file, and we're going to go to the world scene. So essentially what we're doing is we're getting the tree, and we're just going to change our scene, which is the main, into the file. Packed is something different that we don't usually use. So we're going to do to file, and we're going to go to the world scene. So essentially what we're doing is we're getting the tree, and we're just going to change our scene, which is the main, into the file world, right? So we can see our world here. And another way to change this, just a quick tip, if you wanted to change this, maybe you chose the wrong thing, what you can do is highlight it, or just delete it, and we can select the actual thing that we want, like worlds, and we can just drag it in. Or a third option is copy path, and copy paste it. As you see, that's the path of the world's file. So now what we can do is we can, let's actually just be able to differentiate this by going to our world. And what we'll do is we'll add a node, we'll just add a label. So what a label is it's just text. It's basically just a label that actually adds text to our screen. So we'll say this is the world, and then we'll save this, we'll play, and now what we can do is press play, and now we change to this is the world. So we've changed our scene to the world scene. Awesome. All right, so the next thing we're going to want to do is download this asset
slow
pack.
down, hold on.
It's going to be
Still
the
putting the
art
label
that
on.
we use for this is the text world. And then we'll save this, we'll play,
Label inspector. This is the world,
and now wait, we
and then we'll test it. Play. This is the world. Sick.
can do is press play, and now we
Easy
change
peasy.
to this is the world. So we've changed our scene to the world scene. Awesome. All right, so the next thing we're going to want to do is download this asset pack. This is going to be the art that we use for our game. So the first thing we're going to do
Sorry.
download it to a location, download it, and we're going to download all 4 of these.
I didn't get houses or trees. Why not? Guess they changed it. It's lit. It's lit. That was pretty cool. Second land.
Once you click download, it'll prompt you to take download it to a location, download it to wherever you want, and then we can close that tab. And as you can see here, I've exported all the files that we need. You can do that very fast by just selecting all the files, right-clicking, and for these files, you can see I've already sure that the pick are my 4 files. And once you've done that, that's it. Now all we need to do is make sure that the pixelation is proper. So in order to do that, here we can see the pixelation is proper for the Godot icon. However, for you, it might not look like that. So to fix that, in our project settings, what we're going to do is we're going to go to filter settings, and then we're going to search up texture, and then we'll be prompted to rendering textures. We're going to go to filter settings, and then we're going to search up texture, and then we'll be prompted to rendering textures. When unselect the filter setting, but now we have textures selected. Here in the default textures filter, you can see mine is nearest. However, the default is linear, so we're going to want to change that to nearest, or you're going to want to do that. All right, and now let's close that, and now we can see that it's pixelated for you at least. And if it's not, we can actually look at the texture in each node. Each node will have its filter set to inherit. Inherit means we're just going to take the project settings, which we just set. However, I can change it to linear or nearest or whatever you want. However, I'm just going to keep it as inherit, or I'm just going to delete this node because we don't need it. Next up, we're going to delete the label because we no longer need that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to get started on our player and background. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our player first. So in order to do that, we have to make a character body 2D. So we're going to have this as a separate scene. The reason is because it's going to inherit this scene, and I'll explain that just in a second. So first, let's create a new folder for this guy and call it player, and then let's save it as player. This as a separate scene. The reason is because it's going to inherit this scene, and I'll explain that just in a second. So first, let's create a new folder for this guy and call it player, and then let's save it as player. So rename the node to player.scene. So if you're wondering what ESCN stands for, it just means that it's a scene. Next up, we're going to add, actually let's not add the script just yet. Let's look at this error. What does this error say? Consider adding a collision shape 2D or collision polygon 2D.
Messed up. Naming, hold on. I think the naming matters, so I should get rid of this. Don't save. Character. Save.
On that, that's it. Pick them in. So here we can see our project settings. Well, to textures do that. We get nearest. We're going player and character body 2D this scene, and I'll explain. So rename the node to
capitalize player, just in case. I wanted to make sure. Okay, save just
player.scene. So if you're wondering what ESCN stands for, it just means that it's a scene. Next up, we're going to add, actually let's not add the script just yet. Let's look at this error. What does this error say? Consider adding a collision shape 2D or collision polygon 2D as a child to define its shape. This node has no shape as it can't collide or interact with other players or things. So that is true. We now have to add a collision shape. Here you can read this error as well. It's basically just saying we haven't given it a shape. So now we have a character body 2D and its shape. So here we call this basically. So that is true. We now have to add a collision shape. Here you can read this error as well. It's basically just saying we haven't given it a shape. So now we have a character body 2D and its shape. So here we can actually define the shape. We'll give it a capsule. We can zoom in and look at the capsule. So let's now add our sprite. So let's take it a capsule. We can zoom in and look at the capsule. So let's now add our
Alright, I'm just gonna move this to the other screen so I can do both at the same time. Even though you can only see mine. I think this will be better.
Right, so let's take a look at our files and look for our player. Should be in here. Look at under PNG. I'm gonna go to sprite. We can find player, and there we go. Now we have our player, and here we can see that.
I need to import my shit. Cow Harvest Moon. The Sunnyland files.
That we have here our files.
What are these errors? Error importing. Why? Can I clear them? Collapse. Clear. Copy. Okay, cool. So you went Sunnyland environment, right?
And look for our player. Should be in here. Look at
Okay, I don't have PNG.
PNG. I'm gonna go to
Sprites.
sprites. You can find player.
Environment. No. I don't have all the assets he has.
And there we go. Now we have our player. And here we can see that we have a
No, he's not.
bunch of
I don't have those files. It didn't come with it. Okay, let's try it again. I don't know what to do now. I guess pick a new tutorial. That's fine. Picking a new tutorial because these assets don't work and I want to follow along with the tutorial. That's a good attempt. Try again. This looks
Hello
good.
everybody, my name is Kellen from Kinderstore Productions and welcome back to a new tutorial for the Godot engine. Today we are going to take an approach to a well-known arcade genre from the 90s. It's the tournament fighter. These types of games are really fun to pick up, but are also really hard to master, especially with all of those combos you need to keep track of. So what will I do until the end of this tutorial? Well, it's simple. I will make a working character that can throw a punch, have a basic combo system that uses time, and of course a basic functionality for the hit detections. If there's an interest for the making of a more advanced tutorial, please let me know in the comments. Today I will kinda give you a base to work from. Please don't skip this part yet, but before you start you might want to know how I have set up everything. First, in the top left corner of the engine, under debug, I have set visible collision shapes to true. This will help us to see all the colliders within the debug play scene. Second, when I first looked at these types of games, I immediately knew a way on how collision might have been done. Since the total amount of collision boxes were mainly my name is Kellen from Kinderstore used for the hands under debug how I have set up everything. First, in the top left corner of the engine, under debug, I have set visible collision shapes to true. This will help us to see all the colliders within the debug play scene. Second, when I first looked at these types of games, I immediately knew a way on how collision might have been done. Since the total amount of collision boxes were mainly used for the hands, feet and body of you and your opponent, it seems logical that these were the only boxes within that scene, and that they were shut off when not in use. So with that idea in mind, I have created a separate scene which will store our player. The player starts with a kinematic body 2D and has the following children: a collision shape 2D, an animated sprite, and a simple 2D node which will be called colliders and will hold 2 more 2D nodes. One for the hands and the other a kinematic. I've created the only
Back up and pay attention. I got distracted thinking about my game.
So with that idea in mind, I have created a separate scene which will store our player. The player starts with a kinematic body 2D and has the following children: a collision shape 2D, an animated sprite, and a simple 2D node which will be called colliders and will hold 2 more 2D nodes. One for the hands and the other for the feet. If I open up the hand colliders node, you can see that I've added an area 2D node and within that another collision shape. Don't worry about any special settings or other weird stuff that I might have missed, since that was all that is needed. I only changed the visibility on some of the colliders. I then made a new group to store all of player 1's colliders. This can be whatever you want to call it. For now I have called it P1 hand feet call. If you can't remember how to make a group and place objects in it, here's a quick recap. Click on the Node tab, click on Manage Groups. In the bottom left of Add, fill in a name for your new group. Press Add. You can now click on your new group and select the things you want to store within it. For now, only store the collision shapes. Lastly, head over to the project settings and click on Input Map. In here, you will have to make a new action called UI Punch or action or whatever. Now that everything has been set up, we can finally start with the actual work. Like I said earlier, the player uses an animated sprite. This handy node will help us make some easy animations and will grant us access to some functions within our code. For now, I've created 4 animations for Ryu. Don't get me started on the pronunciation of this fella. These animations are idle, low kick, straight punch and uppercut. Idle is the only animation which loop is set to true. Now that our player has some basic animations, we now want to help him figure out how and when to use them. At our player kinematic body 2D, we will add a new script which will be called player movement script. Before I start coding, I want to ask something. Godot has a way for you as developer to work in C#, which is really neat, but the way things are found or used is sometimes completely different than what you might have expected.
How you doing?
So here comes the question.
I was listening to him. Hold on. Hold me. Take me. Hopefully this converts. That would be helpful.
Sharp coding player movement script. Before I start coding, I want to ask something. Godot has a way for you as developer to work in C#, which is really neat. But the way things are found or used is sometimes completely different than what you might have expected. So here comes the question. If you are using Godot C#, would you like to also have this project available on my Git in C#? For now, I haven't really done coding. It would be nice to have as our animated source. Also equal to time till next input. Inside the function process delta, we will start off by telling Godot that if UI punch is call to hello set previous attack and also just waiting to be enhanced and built upon. The only thing you have to do is make a new function and make sure that it will store the attack ID and also a vector 2. Now you can set it anywhere, everywhere, after each attack, whatever. If you have managed to make everything within this tutorial, I want to congratulate you, because now you have a very basic fighter lane right in front of you, just waiting to be enhanced and built upon. Basic within this
That's kind of cool though. That works. It's really, really small, but she works. I'm tired, man. I had a long day. Did you have a long day?
to just wait Honda, who's only a kinematic body with a collision shape and sprite, and connect just wait you, because now you have a very basic fighter lane right in front of you, just waiting to be enhanced and built upon. To test all of these things out, I've added eHonda, who's only a kinematic body with a collision shape and sprite, and connected all of the body and functions to simply fire when its name is the same as eHonda. Hopefully my code has helped you quite a bit. Productions, and in the past few weeks I have been amazed at how much support I have gotten from my video on the Tournament Fighter in the Godot engine. A lot of you told me that this was a topic that wasn't really treated as much as hoped for, and that you really wanted a series to follow. So for this amazing morale boost, I've decided to make another video on this topic, but now with a more deeper dive into applying a better combo system to your game and also making the written code more generic, meaning that there are less scripts needed for the whole game. I also know that people really wanted to see me do the AI as well, and to them I would like to say hang on tight, since a follow-up video will be made and uploaded soon. But first I want to set everyone onto the right track in a clear and easy to follow explanation, since there have been some major changes since the last video. If you are having trouble following this tutorial, I also have this project posted on my GitHub page, so that you can download it from there and follow along at your own pace. I also have my sources in the description as well if you want a better explanation on the topics inside of this video. Alrighty, let's get started. We first need to address the new setup for this tutorial, since a lot of the comments were having some great suggestions and optimizations that we can use. If you followed my previous tutorial on this topic, you might see the biggest difference on Ryu's.
Meter is widely.
Why is this one not loading the same way as episode 1? Oh, there's 2 of them.
Scene tree. This being the disappearance of multiple colliders that we placed on each body part, and also the loss of signals and groups. For the hit detection, we now only use one area to denote and also one collision shape to denote. This one is called hit collider. The body still uses one collision shape, unlike the animated sprite 2D, which has changed for a regular sprite 2D node. We also need to add 2 more nodes that will be very important for this video. We'll use an animation player node to create our animations, but also to transform the position of our colliders and also their moment of activation and deactivation. Hello everybody. My name is Kellen from Kindred Productions, and in the past few weeks I have been amazed at how much support I have gotten from my video on the Tournament Fighter in the Godot engine. A lot of you told me that this was a topic that wasn't really treated as much as hoped for, and that you really wanted a series to follow. So for this amazing morale boost, I've decided to make another video on this topic, but now with a more deeper dive into applying a better combo system to your game. Use Scene tree. This being the tutorial on this topic, you might see the biggest difference on Ryu's scene tree. This being the disappearance of multiple colliders that we placed on each body part, and also the loss of signals and groups. For the hit detection, we now only use one area to denote and also one collision shape to denote. This one is called hit collider. The body still uses one collision shape, unlike the animated sprite 2D, which has changed for a regular sprite 2D node. We also need to add 2 more nodes that will be very important for this video. We'll use an animation player node to create our animations, but also to transform the position of our colliders and also their moment of activation and deactivation. This wasn't really possible using the animated sprite 2D. We also use an animation tree node. This will give us the ability to go through our animations based on conditions that are met and letting the states reset themselves. More explanation on this node later. If you haven't seen the previous video, I'll show you that under the debug tab you can turn on visible collision shapes. This is really handy if you want to know if your colliders are working as well. If you go to the project settings and go to the input map, you'll see that I've added some new inputs. These are the ones we'll need to make our combos work. I gave them simple names like up, down, left and right, and gave every axis the standard WASD keys to use as input. I also changed UI punch into the regular word punch and gave it the L to use as input. Now let's go by every node and their settings. The kinematic body 2D node, aka the base of the character scene, doesn't contain any weird settings. This also counts for the area 2D node. The hit collider has been given a rectangular shape and disabled is turned on, turning the box gray inside of the scene view. For the area of the character scene doesn't contain any weird settings. This also counts for the area 2D node. The hit collider has been given a rectangular shape and disabled is turned on, turning the box gray inside of the scene view. The body collider has also been given a rectangular shape and also got a different size. This size can be set by clicking on the rectangle shape box and setting the extents to something more fitting for your character. The sprite node received, as texture, a sprite sheet made up of the moves we are going to use today. To set up a sprite sheet within Godot to perfectly get one sprite on screen and not a weird part of another sprite, use the H frames and V frames inside of the animation tab. Before we go on, you might have noticed that your sprites look kinda blurry or unsharp. Here's a way to fix that. Go to your sprite or sprite sheet image in your project folder, hit the import tab and turn the filter off. If it's still blurry, go to compress and under mode click lossless. Now the animation player node. To make sure everything goes well, I will give a quick explanation on how the interface works. If you already know this, please skip to the time shown on screen. If you want to make a new animation, click on Animation and click New. If you head towards the sprite node, you can skip to the time shown on screen. If you want to make a new animation, click on Animation and click New. If you head towards the sprite node, you can see small keys appear. If you click on a key, you are setting a keyframe for the animation, meaning that the animation player has saved that as a setting to play at that part of the animation. In the bottom right, you can turn the animation time from based on seconds to based on frames. If you want to make an animation loop, you will have to click on the small logo at the top right. To set the duration of the animation, click next to the looping logo and fill in a time or amount of frames. Keep in mind that the last frame isn't played if the animation needs to loop. Therefore, you also need to create some space between the last frame and the actual end. Here comes the last important part. Since we are working in a 2D environment and don't use momentum but more snappy movement, we want our collision boxes to move directly to a new position after each frame. Let's head to E Honda and fix one of his animations. The 100 hand slap is a very good example because the hitbox needs to change from position real quickly. We can write some amazingly complicated code to fix this, or we can just let the animation player do our homework and set the update mode from continuous to discrete. Meaning that each frame is a sort of instant update of the collider position. This is otherwise a update calculation to smoothly move or grow to the next frame.
Smart.
As you can see, the animation player in Godot will really help you get rid of some unwanted code, so make good use of it. We can also get the body collider and also change its position, size or activation time if we want. Do this to the rest of your animations as well and tweak as much as you want. Lastly, the animation tree node. Like I said earlier, this node will help us transition between different states. To set up the animation tree, you will need to do the following. Click on the box of tree root, click New Animation Node State Machine, and inside the anim player, click the animation player that is going to be connected to this tree. If you see two errors at the bottom, don't panic, as it's just a warning telling you that you will need to activate this tree so that you can use it. Click on Active and you're set. Keep in mind that when this is on, you can't use the animation player to tweak some settings or animations. You must turn the active option off beforehand. If everything went correctly, you can now start with your state machine. If you right click somewhere in this field, you will see a small menu pop up giving you some options. We want to add an animation in here, so let's follow that. As you can see, the tree takes the animations that are made and stored within the animation player. And when we click the idle animation, it will be put inside of this field. Do this for all of your animations and make sure that they are placed in such a way that you can easily follow what's going on. When this is done, you can start with the last part of this whole setup phase. you now need to make proper transitions between the states of your character, meaning that when you start with idle, what's the most logical possible animation from there? To make transitions in the animation tree, you will need to click on a small arrow image. When this is selected, you can make the transitions between animation A to animation B and also back. Here's my setup. Next, we want each transition to follow some rules so that our states got the time to fully show themselves without being cut off. First, we give our animation tree a point to start from. Since idle is the state that our character will always return back to, we will click that state and then click the small label which has the letter A in it. If done correctly, it will show start above the state. Next, we want to click on the transition lines that go back to idle and tell them that they first need to finish their animation before they can auto advance to the next state. After a short back to idle. Next, we want to click on the transition lines that go back to idle and tell them that they first need to finish their animation before they can auto advance to the next state. After a short while, your animation state machine should look something like this. Now that we are done with the setup, we will head for the coding section. During the weeks of brainstorming, I came up with a solution for making our code more generic and also very easy to update. You see, in a tournament fighter there are only 2 players on screen at once, but before that we might have quite a big roster filled with different characters like in Street Fighter 2. What you want to prevent is the use of way too many scripts that can make searching for a specific issue a long task. So why not look for a simple type of system that can not only store multiple values, but also return values back if we have filled in the right combo or used the character that is privileged to access these moves. Let me present to you the dictionary type in Godot. This handy type will help us reach that goal without any problems. It uses a system where you need a specific key to open a door to that value you want. This is exactly what we are looking for. We can use the name of the current selected character to access a specific moveset that only accepts the correct made combos. At the end of this, we have only used 2 scripts in total, so let's go. First, we need a moveset manager script. We then turn this into a singleton. This is done by going to the project settings and move to autoload. In here, we need to search for our newly made script and add it to the list. Make sure that the singleton option is set to true. The second script needed is of course the player movement script, where we will send the name of our character and also send the combo made using an array as a key value for the dictionary. When the dictionary receives our key, it will return to us a string that is going to be the name of our animation that needs to be played. Go inside the manager where we will make a new dictionary variable called nameDictionary. Like I said, this will receive our character names as a key so that it can reach our character specific dictionaries. As an example, we have the name Ryu, and he will only get access to the dictionary named Ryu moves. Notice that the moves are stored above the name dictionary. Not really sure why, but the reason of this might have something to do with the way the compiler works within Godot. For now, we will use a simple 1 as a key inside of Ryu moves, and as a return value we will pass it a string called Goodbye Moon. If you want to add another key and value to the dictionary, you will need to add a comma after the last value. Let's give the next one the value.
Oh shit, what's up, Mega? Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm just watching some Godot tutorials on how to make a fighting game. How's everyone doing?
2 and pass it a string value hello world. Since the moveset manager is a singleton, we don't have to announce its presence within the tree, nor inside the script. We can immediately access its contents, so inside the ready function of the player movement script, write the following line to see if the connections are made correctly. Print moveset manager dot name dictionary And as key, we give it the player's name, so name. And next to that, we will place 2 more brackets, where we will use one of the key values set inside of Real Moves Dictionary. Let's press play. And if we look in the output, we will see that the correct value has been printed. We would also like a general dictionary, which will store all of the shared moves by the
Nice, Mega. I'm happy you're doing well. I'm doing good, thanks.
characters. For example, punch and kick,
I'm
or
tired,
both
but
idle
I'm
states.
always tired.
This will save up on a lot of writing. Now we are ready to finish this. Inside the player movement script, we will add the following variables. 2 floats called time till next input holding a value of 0.2 and a float called time receiving the value stored within time till next input. 2 booleans named was input made and is crouching. Both of them start at false.
Dog don't want to
We also need 1 array variable named use keys, 1 reference to the animation tree, and lastly 2 variables to store the paths needed to not only access the moveset manager but also to make things more readable. One is going to be called general moveset enums and the other is going to be called specific moveset enums. Next, we want to make a new set of functions. These are function input event, function process delta, and function send combo attempt. Within its parameters, var attempt. This will be an array that receives the used keys as an attempt. Inside the input event function, we will first let the system know that if there was a key pressed, we want to only register it once. We then want to make a temp variable that will store this input as a string. After that, we go through another if that will check if our input made was actually something that we can use. If all went well, we can set was input made to be true. Our time will have the same value as time till next input, and lastly, our temp character will be stored inside our used keys. Now we are at process delta. We first want to check if an input has been made. If that is the case, we want our time to be subtracted every frame by delta. If our time has become less than 0 and our used keys does have a value, we want our attempt at a combo to be sent to sendComboAttempt function. After that, we want was input made to be set to false, the time to be the same as time till next input, the used keys to be cleared of any value, and lastly a return. The last thing we need inside this function is a simple input detection to see if we are using the down key or not. If we do, we want the animation tree to travel to the general dictionary and get the crouched idle animation, and also set is crouching to be true. If we aren't crouching, we want our normal idle to be shown and also our crouching to be false. In both cases, we again need the return. The final function will try to decode the given attempt array and turn it into a readable string for the animation tree to read from. But before we get there, we must make a distinction between a general move and a specific move. So we will make a simple if statement that asks if the attempt size is the same as 1. And if it is, it isn't allowed to be an S, since that is used by the crouching input.
I'm gonna turn the speed up on these.
To even exists inside of the specific moveset enum.
I think I'm gonna have to learn
and after that, we will travel
by watching. Thanks again for the follow, Toaster Wave. You the man.
Towards the correct animation. Phew! Well, that was one brainstorm to figure out, but at the end you will have quite a decent combo maker and also decoder on your side. There are still a few bugs with this though. The first, if you crouch and throw a punch, it will be seen as a combo and it will not be performed. A solution could be to store that as a specific combo as well inside every character.
Toaster Wave says he dislikes that every up-to-date tutorial is a video. Yeah. The docs are pretty good. I agree with Mega, but I think that there definitely could be a lot more online resources from what I've seen.
Second bug.
But I think there will be with all this new wave of Unity developers moving away from Unity.
Work with a timer that needs to register another input within a set value, you will have some input lag. For this, I don't really have a good idea on how to tackle this. Lastly, for some
I want to open up the final version of this. This guy made a 7-part tournament fighter tutorial, so I'm probably going to use this as a base, I would think, to learn how to make my fighter for the JumpShipJam. How's everybody doing? Maybe we turn on some music. How are we feeling? Chill? Excited? Friday night?
inputs, you can't be
Oops. Not that. Any song recommendations, anyone? I like this channel I just found called Bits and Hits. He says most of the full start to finish examples are usually in video. Yeah, I would agree. Hey, untapped market, Toaster Wave, for you to get in there and clip clap, make some cash. Okay, I'm gonna try to open up this episode 7 just to see what the final form is. I'm only on 2 and I can't wait. Where is 7 actually? I don't think it's in the zip. In the GitHub. Yeah, it's not. I guess 6. Oh wait, 5. That sucks. Well, let's see how it goes. That's why Toaster's working on a ChatGPT plugin and turns YouTube videos into structured text tutorials. Happy Friday, everyone. It's actually a little too chill for World right now, I think I want a little bit more energy, because I'm pretty tired. I'm ready for Saturday, too. Tonight I work, tomorrow I play. I'll be back tomorrow streaming games. All day long, probably. So, make sure you follow and come back tomorrow. Let's see. How about this? I love how fast Godot projects open. It's so nice. It's so small. It's so chill. Weekly casino bonus hits, 5:30 a.m. Nice. This will wake you up. First time a project's failed on me. Let's see. You guys like my cows? Need to add duck into the music or pump your voice up 10x. Thanks, Toaster. I didn't realize the balance was so off. Yeah, I need to get a streaming mic. This mic sucks dick. Excuse my language. I need to get a condenser microphone soon. A real setup and an arm and everything. I will soon, for sure. I think I'm going to get it. I'm moving to Texas in a couple weeks, so I think I'm going to get it right after I move. One just inserted its head directly into the guy's ass. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. This didn't work. Maybe I'll try number 4. Maybe I'll just have to make it from scratch like a big boy. I forgot who made those videos, but they were big back in the day. Oh, really? This is magic music. It's pretty good. I like it. Is the sound balancing better now? Hopefully. Thanks for letting me know. Hey, thanks. Error 2, same thing. So we're just missing these scripts, I guess. Asset scripts, page scripts. I guess I should actually look into the error before I give up. AI script G. Offset to flip. Export wires 0, but 1 was given. Well, let's Google that. Can I copy this, please? No. Okay, there we go. I don't know if I want to learn GD script or not. I've been C# for 8 years, and I don't like Python very much, so it feels like unnatural. Welcome to the stream, everyone. How's everyone doing? We're partying now. Because we know that export is an int, otherwise it's an int var. I don't know, that's probably not gonna help. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, just for 8 years. I've been making Unity C# games. Now I'm gonna pivot and start making Godot games. If I can figure out how. No worries. I'm happy you're here memeing. Thanks for hanging out. Mega, you saw a clip of someone editing the script while running and it kept running. I should probably not do that. Good call. I was playing with this one earlier, it's really fun. From Kenny Assets, he's awesome. Look how cool. If you don't follow Kenny Assets, you should. Pretty neat. So this is beyond me. I'm gonna have to start from scratch, I think. Which sucks, but it's the way. It is the way. Gonna make my chat bigger. Oh, it's not working. I'm just screwing up my OBS. Alright. That's fine. We're gonna open Dueling 5's the name of my game. Toaster, I don't know if you were here for the design. There's a couple people here, probably weren't. Basically, my game is it's gonna be a fighting game, and pause the music for a quick sec so I can focus. So you start as the number 5. You embody the literal number 5, and it's like a Street Fighter style layout. So you're standing side by side, and you can like poke the enemy and they can poke you back, almost like fencing. So when you hit the enemy, he turns into a 4 and you turn into a 6, literally. And you win when you become a 10 and they become a 0. And then there's also going to be a low, medium, high attack, a low, medium, high block, and a grab. And that's the whole idea. Trying to keep it super simple. Mega Fresh Lemons is in the chat. He helped design it, so shout out to him. But that's the idea. We're going to try to make it in Godot. It's probably going to be a grind, but we'll get there. We have a month, so that's what we're doing. I'm going to start this one over. Yeah, it's for a jam toaster. Thanks, you like the idea? It's awesome. Yeah, the theme is strength in numbers. Thanks for the assist, Mega. So yeah, that's why you're playing as 2 number 5s. Trying to get to number 10. I can't decide. I was originally going to do it in 2D because it sounds easier, but it would be super cool to do 3D. Let's just start playing in 2D. Yeah. Mega helped a bit more than a little bit, but yeah. 3D is better, but you know what? You're right. What am I thinking? Starting 2D. It should be 3D. You're so right. I'm limiting myself. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we got a whole month. Ain't that the truth? You guys rock. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. External editor. Are you writing in GD script or a C sharp? Alright, so maybe I should just start trying to design the game as if I was in Unity and pretend like I know what I'm doing in Godot. Maybe I'll try that. So, first I would set up a 3D scene, right? Called game. And then I need to save it. Game. Nice. New node called player. Save it. We're cooking. For player, we want to add a mesh renderer, mesh instance. I would need to add a mesh to it, but a new capsule mesh. How about that? Whoa, there's a capsule. Yep, I've got a bunch of games here. Check out my portfolio. Right now I'm making mobile games. I'm working on a mobile game that's going to be releasing at the beginning of next year. But before that I was doing slot machines for a while, and before that I was making my own stuff for a little while. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I like mobile because the games I like to make the most are arcade games that are like really, really simple and easy to learn, but really difficult to master and be really good at. That's my favorite, and that lends to mobile well, so that's why I like mobile. Nice, you made a slot game for Jam. Awesome. Okay, so we got the mesh capsule, and then we need a another node for the box collider, collision shape, 3D. And then we want a box shape, 3D. We're cooking. Can make it smaller, maybe. Did that work? I don't know where it went. Okay, there it is. Sweet. Okay, well, let's see. We got XYZ. Oh, that's interesting. I think in Unity, isn't Z up and down? I think it is. That's weird. You're updating your iOS. Twitch updated. Can't minimize the app. Crash your time. Alright, see you in a bit, Touch Wave. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, the axe is different. It's a little weird. Cool. I'll get used to it. So that's positive X minus X. Positive Z minus Z. This, I actually think I like this more, to be honest. But I don't know. I'm sure it'll be weird for a little bit and I'm used to it. Okay, so we have our box collider. I'm gonna put it in front of him. That's gonna be his fist. I think, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the hitboxes for receiving attacks. So I know that it's going to be like a fencing attack that you're poking. I don't know what exactly it'll look like, literally. But I want it to be obvious that you can receive damage high, medium, low. Let me think about that. Or maybe I just do, maybe I let the number crouch, so the crouching is low, standing is normal, and then maybe add a jumping attack. What do you guys think? I'm gonna think about that for a second and run it back. Be right back. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake?
Hey, wait. Alright. I've come to the conclusion that I should draw it out in Photoshop. What do you guys think? How does the number crouch? An excellent question. I was just about to draw that out for you. Alright, so... Thanks, Toaster. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been grinding. I love making games. I'm really excited to release my next game. It's gonna be hopefully like a really good, well-performing iOS game. Because my company is named Wildlife Studios, and they make really, really big iOS and Android games. So hopefully we do well. Alright, what is the weapon gonna be? Is it an arm? Like this maybe? We're just gonna brainstorm it out. That's kind of funny looking. Is it a fencing sword? Kind of hungry.
There's not a single day that passes without you on my mind.
What does it look like?
Before you come around, I yearn for the days when I see your face, you before me. I long for the times you held me in your arms. Whoa. How I wish that you were here to give me everything I want, but I know that life's unfair and we can't always.
I just want one of you. stroke so I can see it. The other thing is, yeah, we have to think about the input, how the player's gonna input the game. I would love to do it for PC and controller, but realistically, most of the people playing the Game Jam probably don't have a controller, so it's probably a PC game, which means movement to WASD, and attack is either gonna have to be unclamped, I think, unclamped movement, or a static 1, 2, 3, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna do a static 1, 2, 3 kind of setup, but I'm trying to figure out what that would look like, especially on the receiving end. What do the hurt boxes look like? Just trying to figure out. Thinking. What I want to do almost is like there's 3 different positions you can choose from, and then 2 of them, hold on, two of them are grayed out, so you're only highlighting one at a time basically. And oops. So like if my mouse is here, then I'm highlighting this, and then my mouse moves here, then I would be highlighting that one. It's kind of how I was thinking about it originally, but I'm not sure how the best way to do it is. Keep thinking for a little bit. It doesn't really make sense what I was trying to say with the shadows. I don't know why, it's what I keep seeing in my head. Maybe it's just swordplay. Like, so if it was like this, it's either here or here. I don't know. I think. How does fencing work? For fencing, you would have like pretty much full range of control. And maybe I could do it that way. Can you change the anchor in Photoshop? I think you can. Yeah, I bet they're pretty expensive fencing lessons. Add anchor point. Whatever. Where's the sword? Here it is. Okay. Yeah, you sweat your absolute ass off in the astronaut suit. I bet. Me too. So right now I'm thinking about whether I want to just go traditional fighting game style or make a new input style. What I'm trying to figure out. I think I want to make a new input style, but I'm just trying to figure out how it works. It's tricky. And what it looks like. If we're doing like... What happens if you hit your swords together? Maybe we bounce back a little bit. And then if he goes low and I go high, we would just hit each other. So I don't know. That's tricky. I feel a little stuck. Maybe I just need some food. What about a balloon? Yeah, it's a real-time fight. No, it's not a rock, paper, scissors, but I was thinking that the system would be based off of rock, paper, scissors. So attack beats grab, grab beats block, block beats attack. I feel like my idea is crumbling. It seemed like a good idea, but now I'm struggling to figure it out technically.
When you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me.
Yep. I just gotta persist. Exactly, Toaster. It's all about execution. Maybe I just make it super goofy and it's a hand and it extends like this. I think that would work. And then, so how would we do the block? Hand, picture, block.
When you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever
We're getting there.
need a shoulder,
So we're, right?
stop chasing all the city lights. Breathe me in, go on and take your bite. Count on me to make you come alive. You know
So
me tonight.
let's name this guy Block. And then this is, we don't need those. So let's make a this one scenario, right? And then we can pick a bunch of examples to think about. copy of it to play with. And we're gonna put it up here. So hand attacks like that. And that's what a block looks like. So when you're not blocking, I think the hand would just disappear, right? And turn back into like a idle fist, or actually thinking. This would be. This song is annoying me now.
Made a mistake last night. Maybe I can make it right. Slide on closer, baby. We can talk about it. No need to be mad.
I don't know. That's a nice joke. So what would a high attack look like? Maybe that? Does the hand just appear out of nowhere, or what does it look like when it's idle? I'm trying to figure that out. Idle hand, what does that look like? Maybe it retracts, like a, I don't know. Could just cup another floating hand underneath it. Cup another floating hand underneath it. Like in rock, paper, scissors. Oh, interesting. Like holding something. Let's see. Thanks for the idea, Mega. That looks kind of sick though. Yo. No idea if it's a good idea, but it's I kind of like it. I mean, this looks kind of sick, to be honest. So when he's not attacking, is it like back here? That'd be more. Maybe it just isn't there when he's not attacking. I don't know. Maybe this needs to be behind the 5. Blink. Right? There we go. If nothing else, this looks really funny. I like the visual. I don't love the color of these rectangles. That's kind of stupid. Where's the last one? Oh, here. Sweet. That's what I was thinking. Mrs. Incredible. Just Mrs. Incredible, the attack. And then the block. That's a mid block. What would a high block look like? Let's see, cup hand. I should get one to the other guy too. Alright, even if it's not where I started, we're definitely getting somewhere. This looks cool. Alright. So let's copy these cup hands over back to the first one real quick. Pink. So a hit example would be, to make the right one accurate, it would be when they're not blocking. So let's get rid of the mid block. Maybe they try to grab. What would the grab look like? Do we still have a grab? Let me think. Because let's think some more. I should reverse these just because. Why would the block not be there? What about grab flips the player over and switches sides? That'd be interesting. Like a reset. Why would they not be blocking? Or in other words, where else would they be blocking? To where they got hit in the middle. If they were blocking high. Or low. Does this work, guys? Does this make sense visually? I'm not sure. Okay, make another block example. Oh, hi. By hand in the middle. Maybe I need to add a little blood effect to make it obvious that there was a hit, right? Wait, this was supposed to be a block. Oops. I think this looks kind of cool. I wonder if we can pull it off. So for the hit example, I would want to add the blood. Which one is this, by the way? Blood. Blood. Ouch. Ouch. So let's see, how would you physically input your different hit and blocks? Yeah, Mega, this would be more the fencing idea. I think this is what I want to do. I'm just trying to figure out literally how it maps to inputs. Like, how do you choose low, medium, high, basically, and can you always block? Like, is there a duration? Do you have a blocking stamina? Is there a... I guess first I just need to figure out, how do you choose low, medium, high? Let's think. How do you choose low, medium, high? On keyboard. So imagine, I wonder if my cursor is visible. Excuse me. Maybe it just follows your cursor, I guess. And we already decided that left click is attack, right click is block. Both would be grab. Wonder what a grab would look like. Maybe like a, let's try that. The grab example. I like this, but I don't know how to do it from the side. It would look a little weird from the side. Maybe like this. But I like the hands spread out. So maybe like this. Let's put you grab back in the middle. Get rid of the blood. These two? Yeah. Put those back in the middle because they're gonna get grabbed from the middle. Get rid of the attack hand. We'll move this hand down. I'm quite tired. This music's too slow. Falling asleep over here. Seems cool. Western theme, it's kind of fitting. Maybe we give these guys cowboy hats. Make it even funnier. So actually, yeah, for this one, we need the backside of a hand as well. Like that. Although the skin tones don't quite match. So we grab it from real quick. Not racist, promise. I do like this music. Well, I'm not finding a better one, so I'll choose. Actually, this one's fine. Jeez, it's huge. Like cowboy music talking about skin tones matching. Alright, I accept that. Fair. Fair. I think my dog tooted. But I don't see it. Interesting. Boing boing instrument. What's it called? I think it's just a guitar. This looks crazy. Something harp? I'm not sure. I'd like to know that. Sounds cool. That looks just crazy, right? But it would be like really quick. It'd be like. What do we think? Let me know in the chat. I'll be right back. I think my dog might have pooped. Sorry about that, guys. My dog made a giant mess. Looks like we lost a couple people, but it is what it is. I feel like this concept is crumbling. I don't know if this makes any sense. Let's eat a snack. I got my handy trail mix just for this occasion. That makes sense, Mega. How would you determine high, medium, low? Would you make the cursor visible and have it wherever the cursor is, or would you make it 3 keyboard buttons, or would you make it I don't know what else. Only the player to know where they're going to attack. Right, that makes sense. So maybe your fist is invisible until you launch the attack. Right, player versus AI would be visible. If you had PvP, I would think 3 buttons are a way to input 3 separate attack. Interesting. Yeah, almost like an arcade stick. Arcade, what are they called? Huh. Yeah, I think 3 buttons does make most sense. Maybe I'll just bind it to 3 keyboard buttons for now and see how it plays. Maybe it's like let's see. Usually have at least that main Street Fighter type aims. Yeah, that's what I think too. So that's a good point. I'm gonna bind it to multiple buttons. Thank you for that. Let's see, which buttons? What's natural on a keyboard? Or medium high? Maybe like B and M. The B is low, N is medium, M is high. I don't know. WASD and home arrow. Oh yeah, arrows, duh. Up is high, down is low, right is middle. Duh. Duh. I guess so much smarter than me. Alright. You're a genius, Mega. Oh, you said home row, duh. JKL. But yeah, I think I like arrows. But I guess I can do both as well. Because you can do a bunch of inputs, I think, in Godot. So I'll probably do both JKL and up, down, right? Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. For real. I love this music. I should add it. This one is giving SpongeBob vibes. For sure, I agree. I'm with it. I love it. Get rid of that one. Alright, so we kind of got it almost figured out. I'm a little bit nervous about once I get to the coding the AI, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. It's going to be a while. I want to try to get this set up. So I need to start saving some assets to plug in. Let's do it. Oh, I forgot I'm doing it in 3D. Maybe I should revert that. Yeah, I should probably just do 2D. I keep going back and forth. Been working all day on my tractor, getting no pay. It's on my tractor. This is the world, and I need a node to go under it. I'll call that node player. Where'd he go? Oh, right, oops. I'm supposed to save this as scene, or main. There. Alright, mesh, 2D. Yeah. We want to save out this 5. Where's Godot? I gotta make a bookmark for this thing. Lit. This is easy. Collider shape 2D. Sounds right. Where is that shape? What size is it? Why can't I see it? Is this it? I don't understand. Oh, I have arrows, that's why. So maybe I need to create a character body 2D first. You need a collision shape. And you need a shape. Nice. We're moving and grooving, baby. We are cooking. I'm sure you learn Godot much faster than I am, but I'll get there. I will get there. Now, I want to export you, Mr. Cup Hand. I don't know why it added that. Boom. We're grooving. Just sorting order? Easy. Now we need a punching hand. I think this trail mix is powering me up. I'm pretty hungry. You got your tiles on screen. How neat. Touch anything, you can do a gameplay. Well, you'll get there. We'll get there. What if it's cartoon? Is that better or worse? I think it's worse. I think this is funnier. I really like this cowboy music. I'm super into it. I can't believe it's free. I think. Yeah, it's free. It's super cool. Super hot. Super hot. It's probably okay. What did I do? Collision shape 2D. Punch hand has to be a child of the collision shape. Violet, would you stop? Hey! Dog. Lady girl. Disobedient dog. Hey! Good girl. Crazy lady. Why did these not save? Did it change when I changed the node? Is that why? No? Interesting. Punch hand. Wait, I don't want them under the collision. I want the collision under the punch hand, right? What happened when I did that? Collision only serves to provide a collision shape to the collision object 2D derived node. Please only use it as a child of one of those things to give them a shape. So it doesn't work how I want it to work? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So I do think I want this, the character body 2D. Physics material, collision shapes. There's masks. Character body 2D bodies detect collisions with other bodies but are not affected by physics properties like gravity or friction. Controlled code. When doing it, you should not set its position. Instead, use move and collide or move and slide. These move along the given vector, and it will instantly stop if a collision is detected with another body. Character collision response. You may want to bounce. Using move and collide, function returns a 2D object which contains information. Okay, that makes sense. You want to find the point in space where the collision occurred, or bounce off the colliding object. Sliding is a common collision response. Imagine a player moving along the walls from top down or moving down. When it's possible to code this Okay, well, I am realizing this it doesn't have to be the punching hand, I can add that later. This can just be the body. Which means screw it back. Center. It doesn't like using Godot? Oh, it's a GD script. Derp. No, what did I do? Man, okay, we're fine. Okay, we need to get rid of this script. There we go. There we go. And we need another child node. That's a... What would we do for the ground? A shape of some kind? Mesh. I don't know. Maybe I'll just draw one. you would need collision shape. No? Wait, let's redo that and see why. Collision. Right, it needs a area 2D, static body, rigid body, carrier body 2D. So what did it say in the example again? Maybe we want a static body for the ground, probably. We're gonna get there. Piggy, stop itching. Cut it out. Cool. I wonder if this works. Should we run it? What are the odds it works? What does the script do again? Velocity 0, right? Is action pressed, UI right? I probably have to set that up, right? $50-50, yeah. What's up, doggy? Hey, big boy. I found a dog. Dad. Where are we heading again? Right. I don't remember how to do this. Aha.
shop menu, and upon closing the shop I can connect that to the player and I could deactivate the input.
Possible to map the to be used move new imp on the BID layers of the imp. Hi guys, only available a each list and collide. Now if I go to events and moving the player accordingly using move and collide. Now if I go to the input menu and go to the 2D view, you notice that the whole scene is made only by file is map, and later on to seeing the prof input the signal before receives happen. The keys of the profiles are the same, and the only thing that is done is WS.
Wait, this is a custom remapping. I don't want that. Ugh. I can't figure out how to get the input up. You know how to add something to this menu? Oh, I hate not knowing how to do things. Maybe I don't have to do anything. I should just try it first. What was I thinking? Always try it first and fail. Script inherits from native type character 2D, so it can't assign to type sprite 2D. Script inherits from native type character but 2D, so it can't be assigned to object of type sprite 2D. Okay. So it doesn't want this to be a sprite, I think. It needs to be just a character. Oh, maybe the player script needs to be on the character body. Okay, so let's try that. I need to move this. Clear. What about that? What do you think about? Ooh, should have killed my thing. I keep forgetting it's in another window. Alright, let's run it. Oh, it worked. Right? Oh wait, oh, it already works. Yo. We're gaming, baby. Fuck yeah. It's lit. It is lit. Well, that was easy. Right? Where'd my Godot go? There it is. We're gaming. Oh wait, the camera doesn't follow me. I don't even have a camera. How is it rendering me? You can explain me that. I didn't even make a camera. I guess 2D doesn't need a camera. But it should, right? Can I make one? Aha! Camera 2D. Let's see. Viewport, viewport, viewport anywhere? Project settings, I think, has viewport stuff. Thank you. Oh, and you were saying top right of the input, there's a show built-in actions? Oh. I didn't do anything. Anyways. We were looking for viewport. Rendering. Oh, yours is still empty. Mine has stuff in there. Interesting. I wonder, did you have a 2D project? That's interesting. Okay. So I added a camera 2D. It's here. Does that just work out? It seems like it works. Sick, it does. So I just need to parent it to the character. And 0 at the transfer. And run it. And then we should be gaming. We're motherfucking gaming, dude. Can I Alt F4 this window? Sick. I need to get some hotkeys going. We're gaming. Alright, what's next? Who gonna stop me, huh? I know, right? Eventually, I'll probably want the camera to have its own script, and it should be in between the two people perfectly, but for now, it's parented under the player. I want to get the punching and blocking and grabbing movements maybe sorted out with input. Maybe I'll try that next. Okay. Script. Get input. Physics process. Get input, move and slide. This move and slide thing doesn't make sense to me yet. Maybe it will one day. First of all, should this be a capsule? Is that right? Okay. I don't know. Just keep it a box for now. I don't really know what to do next. Godot's hard. My brain doesn't, it's like trying to do Unity and it's not, I can't. Maybe trigger animations through keys. Maybe I'll try that. So first I would have to set up an animation. So then first I would have to find the animation window. Oh, here, duh. Transform on the hand to do or something to test. That's true. That's true, that's true. Maybe I'll try that. How is the input working? I don't understand. Why does UI write work, but I don't have any input in my project settings? That's whack. Maybe I should need to reload. Good thing it does so freaking quick. Clear all up there on the top. Clear all. Oh, there it is. I don't know what happened. Thanks. You the plug, boss. You the plug, boss. So these are the default ones, I guess, then. So if I use my arrow keys, does it count? Yeah, it does. I don't want that. Well, I guess it's fine. We'll just throw a JKL. They don't do nothing, right? Perfect. So, input map, we want to add new action. J. Nope. Keep it enter. J. There it goes. Add new action. JKL would be high, medium, low, or low, medium, high? I think low, medium, high. Low attack. Add. Wait, it went away. Oh no. What? Oh, it's just too long. Low. Hey. How about that? Did that work? J. Okay. There it is. Okay, low attack worked. That's why I wouldn't let me add it again. medium attack will be K. Add high attack will be L. Add clear. Filter J. No. Low. Low attack. Sick. Wait, it's on H. It should be on J. I think. Oh wait, no, that's for this. I gotta add the event, I guess. J. Okay. We got low working. Medium. Add keyboard. Okay. Sick. L. We're gaming. Gaming. Close. Script. Are we gaming? Oh, okay, here's where we're getting. Adding controller support should be as simple as adding those buttons the same way you just did. I think you're right. Thank you. So now's the tricky part. How do we reference the hand? Maybe we should ask ChatGPT. Oh, Toaster's back. What's up, dude? Spent an hour trying to learn how to jump without physics in Godot, and I found out there's default scripts that show you the best way. Yeah, that sounds right. Check it out, Toaster. This is what we got so far. Wait, let me get rid of this. Check this out. Boom! That's all we got. But we're getting there. F medium. I'm about to ask ChatGPT how to write my code. Attack, beats, grab. This is what I have so far. Can you help me finish the script to make my hand objects? I don't know how to ask this. Shit. Can you help me finish the script? I have an object, a fist object in node in the scene with a sprite, and I want it to extend when I do the medium attack input. Can you help me write that? I don't know what I'm doing. Thanks, Toaster. Alright, let's see what GPT has to say. Certainly, to make your medium attack, use modify existing script. First, you want to add fish. So you make a private node TD fish. When they're ready, you want to get it. Use the scale to make it extend. That's smart. Let's try this. I hate white space languages. Okay, and then we need to add the fist. Seriously though, someone's stealing my idea. Make text versions of popular YouTube videos. I think that is a Chrome extension actually, Toasterwave. And then we need to add the start method. And then we need to change the to fist. Okay, did we do it? Let's try it. Is that it? Let's see. J. Nothing happens. Oh, it was K, not J. Sick. We're getting there. We're goddamn getting there. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna add... Oh, I'm so excited it's working. We're gonna add an empty node. Can you just add an empty node? Sick. It's gonna be fist root. I wonder if it'll still work if it's a double child. I'm about to see. Fist root, and then fist root's gonna be. Where are you? You don't have a transform. Maybe I can't do it like this. Transform. What's a remote transform? I remember actually, let me check Kenny's, because I remember he did the same thing with camera root, so I can just copy his. He had his camera under a view node. What is the view node? It has a script. Interesting. It is interesting. But I'm just curious about the scene setup for it. What is this made out of? Node 3D. I have a node 2D. So it should just work with this root node. Where'd it go? Fist. Is this a 2D node? No, it's just a node. Here we go, node 2D. Duh. Okay, now we can move node 2D to here, and then put the fist under it, and then we're ballers. Okay, now I want the opposite. I want a free one that converts entire text PDF into spoken word audio so I can listen to it like an audiobook. That would be sweet. And you can pick the AI voice. Okay, now it's not working. I'm getting errors because I guess it doesn't work as a child of a child. This. So let me ask GPT to change it. I moved fist to a child called fist root so I can change the pivot of the scaling. However, this broke the get node. What is it? Yeah, get node call. Since it's now a child. How can I fix this? Ah, okay, you just added that. Sweet. Alright, let's try it again. Oh, broken again. I didn't name it this tree. We're freaking gaming! But it doesn't work exactly how I want it to. Why is that? 'Cause the scale should be doing it from here. Oh right, we're grabbing fist, not fist root. Derp, 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 derp. We just want to get bit fist root. I don't like how you have to click to go back and forth between your scene and your script. Do you guys know if there's a way to? Because I don't know. I wish I could like pull one out or something. It's weird to have to put it in the same spot and click back and forth. I don't like that. Lit! We're punching! Let's get an enemy on the screen. World, add child node. Let's do a character 2D. Enemy with a 500 called model, and it needs to add a collision shape, which needs Go down the side look if you're smurfing. This is the enemy. He needs hands too. His go the other way. Can I negative 82? Is that let me? Nope. Oh wait, that's position. Negative 1. Here. Unlink. There you go. Negative 1. There we go. And then I need to do the sorting order of these guys again. Fist should be cup hand. We want it in front, right? And then the fist would be 4. Model is 5. Model is 5. Fist is 4. Cup hand is 6. Dude code is on hack, so is 2D or 3D? 2D at the moment. Gotcha, thank you. Shouldn't be. Sorry, I'm slow looking at the chat. Shouldn't be too bad to move over to 3D. Would basically put all the logic under a 3D node instead, I think. Yeah, that makes sense, Mega. If I wanted to change to 3D. Wonder why he didn't. Oh, he doesn't have the gravity applied. That's right. So oh, been going for 3.5 hours, yeah. Whew. Okay, let's add the block. Well, I don't know. This route. And this route. Twitch plugin idea: text-only mode, auto-transcribe streamer's voice and timestamp it chunks merge with their actual chat so that you can stay up with 5 different streams at once. That'd be wild. You usually just melt your brain listening to everybody at once, yeah. Okay, do I just want to move up and down? I think I do. So, transform, there we go. Let's go 75. Negative 75 to 50. So we want to grab a hands root. Root fish. Oops, got these mixed up. Chattering doesn't merge, but it keeps up since power users think it'd be a mod a couple of streams. Chattering is nice for having all the chats in one place, but doesn't help much if you miss something from the stream itself. That makes sense. There's no IntelliSense. I'm just realizing that. I don't have any IntelliSense. What am I supposed to do here? Thanks, GPT. You rock. I added a hands root object to house both hands. I want to move it between a low, medium, high position. The high Y is negative 75, the low Y is 50. The low Y is 50, medium Y is 0. Can you add and code to move the hands root to these positions. It's just capital position, I guess. I don't like there's no autocomplete. It's tricky. If low, low position, extend. Or else, maybe I should just if low or medium or high. Oh, there's no brackets, right? Wait a minute. We're in C sharp, but I'm using white space? Like a dumbass? Who am I? Oh no, okay, it's just these ones from GPT. Okay, never mind. Fooling myself. I gotta catch up with chat. Let's see. Stream scribe. You guys are awesome. Okay. All right, let's try this. Low? Nothing. Got errors. Did I mess this up? Fist root, hands root, fist root. Right. Duh. This is fist. And this is hands root. There we go. Okay, here we go. Low. Nice. Medium. High. Low, medium, high. We're gaming. Okay, so now let's add block. So fist root and fist. What about block? Oh yeah, I don't know if you saw any of this, Toaster. We were sketching out some ideas. And block. What's up with this guy's arm? Toaster, I was just showing you. We were drawing this earlier while you were gone. Now I'm trying to pick a hand to use for the blocking it. I wish I had the original one. I accidentally drew pink on this, so I can't really use it. I'm working too hard for this picture. Let's pick one. Oh, this one looks so weird. I'll just do this one. I don't know. Maybe I'll just use the pink one. I like it better. Maybe it's weird. Block. And we'll put block under fist root. Let's just call it hand root, actually. Attack. Okay, no. We'll leave it as fist root. We should have a button to press that flickers his lights. One red button. Wait, what? This camera angle makes me feel creepy, like I'm in your window, where a security cam makes sure he's being productive from corporate. Maybe it's time to switch up the camera angle. Everybody knows the toaster's not creepy. I'm just getting a bit tired anyways. There we go. Alright, I gotta fix my positioning. Should be like this maybe. I suppose. Whatever. Let's do that for now. Yeah, I feel the same way. I like it on screen. I'm just messing around. Prolonging the pain of working through Godot. Or delaying, rather. Oh, shit. That's funny. Maybe it's time to get rid of cows. That's cool that you added it for a few streamers. Is there a way to disable, like, Unity? You can check a game object on and off. Can you not do that in this? Let's see it anyway. Yeah, you guys should make a streaming platform while you're at it. I agree. Do you guys know how to toggle objects on and off in Godot? I guess I can ask my GPT. She's smarter than us all. The Godot editor kind of blows. The Godot script editor. Not a fan. So far, at least. Wait, this should be hands root. No, it should be hands root. Oops. And I need to add a node for the hands root. Oh, I already have it. Sick. Okay. And then block and attack root. Attack root. Whoops. There we go. We have side notes here. Did I tell you that it's a short text? Oh yeah, you can use VS Code? I forgot. How do you do that? Header settings, text editor, external. Use external checked. Fill exec path, VX code executable. File location. Copy path. Paste? No. We need the executable, not the link. VS code. I don't know where my executable is. Where the hell is my executable? Open Task Manager. What does that do for me? You can click properties on that shortcut and it'll tell you where it points. That's what I was trying to do, but let's try it again. Properties. Oh, here it is. Thank you. I guess I didn't copy it correctly, so I thought I did the first time. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And anything else? Fill exec path with path to executable, exec flags with this. VS code settings. Okay, is that it? You guys. Okay, so Is it opening code? No. Oh, I think it did. It's lit. It's lit! Now I can go back and forth like I wanted to. Sick. No, debugging is different. You have to change port to end at 5. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay. Let's see, what do we need to do next? We set up attack route. Man, this is so much nicer in VS Code. Thank you. Oh, it feels so much better. Okay. If we're attacking, we want to attack route dot. What was it? I forget. Visible. Now we need to add block root. This is lit. Let's see if that worked. And then we need to set shit, we forgot something, Mega. We did the JKL for we wanted to do different buttons for attacks, but we forgot we were thinking about click is attack and right click is block. So now do we need 3 more buttons for block? Or do you maybe hold space or something and then press JKL? Their name is Lemons, not Mega. Are you sure? I feel like I've been saying Mega. Sweet. Alright, I think I'm gonna wrap up at 4 hours, which is in about 5 minutes. So, let's see. Lemons is actually my last name. So lots of people call me that too. Sweet. Well, Mega, what do you think about what I was saying about now we have low, medium, high attack on JKL, but we forgot the block was supposed to be right click. So you think we need 3 buttons for block, or somehow pair them to JKL with another like hold button? What do I think? Yeah, no, I still have 3. Yeah. Maybe I do move it back to the mouse though. Oh, you said stick to keyboard for now. First name used to be Winner Richie. I'm wondering maybe if I should have like this. Where the hell is the one I'm looking for? There it is. Okay. I'm wondering if maybe I have like an invisible arrow that shows up when you're not pressing anything, and then it follows the mouse, but only in these 3 pivots. So it can only be in one of these spots at a time, but it would go from here to here, and it would just follow wherever your mouse was. Kind of what I was trying to say earlier with the triple fist, but so this just tells you where your mouse is, and then you still do left click to actually send the attack wherever your mouse is. Right click to send the block wherever your mouse is. What do you guys think? Yeah, so it jumps when it hits the threshold. Yeah, that's what I think. There's like a threshold range, and it jumps between which one's showing you is highlighted. Maybe it needs to be like where'd they all go? Okay, there. Maybe it needs to be a little shorter. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then whenever you click, it'll get rid of the arrows and send out a punch. And then when they come back, the arrows will come back. And when you're holding block, the arrows go away. Or when you simply grab. I think I like that. Sweet. Cool. Well, I think I'll try to set that up tomorrow. I'll probably be streaming a bunch this weekend of both the jam and playing games, so make sure to follow if you're not already. I think you both are, but if for some reason you're watching the VOD right now, you're a champion, and I love you. Stay fresh. Alright. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out so long. You guys make it way more fun. Way, way better when you guys are here. So, thanks. Have a good night. And make sure you hydrate. Very important to drink water. Alright. Deuces. Take care.